Good morning and welcome to McBride Park again. What I wanted to do today is do a demonstration of headless mode with the F803, demonstrating what it is, what it does, go in a little more detail than what I've done before. Now, headless mode, when you activate it, whatever direction the quadcopter is pointed in is the base heading for headless mode. So if you push forward on your pitch roll stick, the quadcopter will always go forward. If you pull back, it will always come back toward you. And if you push left, it will go left and right with respect to that direction that it was activated at. And even if you turn the quadcopter, you provide some yaw, forward would always be in that direction, back will always be back away from you. You could even spin the quadcopter in a pirouette and still it would remain forward is that direction and back is that and left is right and right. So it's simply a way for beginners to fly the quadcopter without having to worry about orientation of the quadcopter. All they're using for flying around is the pitch and roll stick, which comes in handy for beginners. So let's go right into the demonstration to show that here at McBride Park. Okay, quadcopter has been bound. Taking off, doing a quick trimming. So trimming's not an issue. We've got a slight breeze from my back. Okay, now I'm going to activate headless mode. We're going to point the quadcopter first toward that little pavilion there and activate headless mode. Okay, now forward and back is always in that direction. Now watch, I'm going to turn the quadcopter and still forward is that direction, back is that direction, right is to the right and left is to the left. Now I'm putting a pirouette on it. Constant yaw. And still, forward is that direction, back is back, and right is right, and left is left. So this comes very handy for beginners, not having to worry about orientation in the quadcopter. It also comes very handy in night flying. Say if you want to fly up in the sky in that direction, all you do is activate headless mode, and all you got to worry about is keeping it in front of you. Forward, back, left, and right will remain in that direction. Now say if I want to fly in a different direction. It's a cold day today and the batteries are kind of weak out here. What I need to do is just point it, I'm turning off headless mode first, point it in a new direction. Say I want to use that as a new reference heading off in that direction. Yeah, it's cold today. I'm going to put a new battery in here. Okay, that's something for you all to be aware about. That's not a fault of this quadcopter. LiPo batteries do not like cold weather. If you let them get cold, and I had these batteries sitting in the car overnight, and I should not have done that. If they get cold, you lose power on them very quickly. You want to keep them warm if you can, all the way up until when you fly them. Or else, what happened will happen with you. New battery, fresh battery. Okay, again, what were we talking about? Yeah, you pick a new direction. You point the quadcopter off in that direction. That's the new direction, activating headless mode. And now, that's a new direction for forward, back, left, right, and left. Turning off headless mode. Now, somebody asked, what if you activate automatic flyback while in headless mode? Let's find out. I'm in headless mode right now. The quadcopter is pointed to the right, and I'm activating automatic flyback. Oh, it flies back to me. Oh my goodness! Wait a minute. Let's talk about that again. So it remembers that bearing. Let's turn it off. Turn off headless mode. This is interesting. Very interesting, actually. Okay, let's pick the telephone pole as the new bearing. I got the quadcopter pointed off in that direction. Activating headless mode. Now I'm flying off in that direction and scrambling it. Okay, I don't know which direction it's pointed. Activating flyback. And it's flying directly back to me. Oh, so that's a return to home feature too, if you're in headless mode. That's actually excellent. Let's try that again. This is something I did not know it could do. Thanks for whoever asked that question. I forgot who you were. Okay, let's pick the light pole off there, off in the distance there as a new base heading. Activating headless mode. Going off toward the light pole, scrambling it. Oh, wait a minute. Turning off headless mode. I did something wrong there. I don't think I was pointed directly at it. It's getting windy out here. I got a headless mode activated. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's pick that light pole again as the base heading. Activating headless mode. It's windy right now. Going off to in the direction of the pole. Spinning the quadcopter. I don't know what direction it's pointed. Activating flyback. Oh my goodness, look at it fly right back to me. That's great. I'm applying forward pitch right now. Going back toward the lamp. Activating flyback. And here it comes back again. So, if you're in headless mode, and you start off headless mode pointed away from you, flyback is actually a return to home feature for this quadcopter, which is pretty darn cool. I like that. That's actually outstanding. Good job, HT, designing that. Okay, I'm going to play around now with headless mode here with this little picnic pavilion. I'm using that as the base heading now. Activating headless mode. And I'm just going to fly around the pavilion to show that while I'm doing pirouettes, to show what you can do with this headless mode. I'm letting it go forward. I'm pushing to the right. I'm pulling back on the stick. I'm pushing left on the stick, pulling back, pushing right. Pushing left. Pushing forward. Pulling back. So headless mode is pretty darn cool. And now I'm going to activate automatic flyback while doing pirouettes. It doesn't want to fly back. It's confused. Let's try that again. Turning off headless mode. Okay, I want to make sure that works again. I'm pointing toward the telephone pole there, as you can see. Activating headless mode. Flying off in the distance. Scrambling the direction it's pointed. And activating flyback. And there's a wind and it's fighting it. Okay, if there's a wind, there could be an issue with your flyback. Okay, headless mode is off. Now I'm flying just by orientation. Now it's still on. Now it's off. Okay, one thing for beginners that they should remember, don't use headless mode as a crutch. If you do use it, remember to go into normal flying mode like this, you know, where you don't have to worry. If you use headless mode too much, what I'm trying to say is you're going to become dependent on it, and that's not good. Remember to switch out of it every once in a while and practice normal flying. And there goes the battery. So that's a little more on headless mode and automatic flyback. Automatic flyback actually works as a return to home feature if you're in headless mode and you point the quadcopter initially away from you when you activate headless mode, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Okay, Quadcopter 101, signing off.